Hey everybody, and welcome back to Game Saga's Let's Play of Chrono Trigger. We are in Medina Village, the village of the Mystics, and we're going to go check this out and see what's going on here. So let's get started. So we're going back in the house here where the gate was, just to make sure we didn't miss anything, briefly. Now we're going to another house. Looks like there's a tab on the counter there for us to get. And it was a speed tab that will increase your speed. On use item, of course. Yeah, I used it on Chrono. For some reason the game always puts those at the bottom of your item list. So you have to either go all the way to the bottom or click organize to move it up. Which is annoying. There's another tab down here for us to get. And the mystic there got in my way, so it triggered another conversation with him, even though I had just talked to him. This time we got a magic tab. And for some reason I used that on Chrono. I probably should have used it on Marley, but oh well. Chrono will use magic occasionally, just not as often as Marley does. So this is the normal item shop here, and if you talk to that hench there and plead, you'll trigger a battle with them. I don't know if you can kill the hench or not, but if you beat up the Omnicron there enough, he'll die and then you win the battle. And then the hench agrees to sell to you, but check this out. Yeah, 65,000 for equipment, 165,000 for flash mail. That's insane. Unless you spend it all day grinding, you're not gonna have enough to get anything here, basically. And that's because we're humans and he doesn't like humans. But I think later in the game the prices go down and we can afford to buy stuff there. And we're in some plaza here with a statue of some guy. And that is Magus. Or Sir Magus as the mystics call him. And they're basically just hanging out, worshipping him, I guess, for lack of a better term, because they really like Magus, I guess. Here we are at the forest ruins out of Mid-Ether, and this is like some blue pyramid thing here. Can't do anything here yet. We'll come back later in the game and we can do something here. It's related to the black treasure chests and the doors in 2300 AD. Need the same item, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure why I went up to this part of the map. There's nothing up there, but I couldn't remember if there was or not. I don't know why they would allow you to go up there if there's nothing there. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So we're done in Medina Village. We're gonna go in this house here, which is Melkor's hut. He's moved from, well, he was in the fair in present day, but in this part of 1000 AD he's got a hut, because there is no fair here. So you can buy some equipment from him for more reasonable prices. So we're gonna buy the sword for Chrono and equip that for him, and that's a good weapon for him. and sell off the old stuff that we don't need anymore. And you can go in the basement down here, but there doesn't seem to be very much here. Just decoration. Now we're done there, so we're going to go up here into the Heckran Cave, which is the next part we have to do for the story. And this cave, you gotta fight a bunch of enemies throughout here. And most of the enemies are strong against physical attacks. These guys are not at the very beginning here. So we're going to have to use magic a lot in the cave. Which I probably should have brought Luca with me instead of Robo, since she can use magic. I forgot about that though. And I didn't think to go back to go switch to her. There's some new enemies here we haven't seen before, a Gen Bottle and Octo Blush, which are palette swaps, it looks like, of the octopus enemies that were in the future. And see, normally Robo and Chrono would be doing, you know, double that amount of damage with their physical attacks. In that case, Robo got a crit, I think, so that's why I did more. This is another area of the game that doesn't really have any music other than when you get in a battle, which is odd. Well, these guys are definitely strong against physical attacks, called Temperites. See that? Chrono did 4 damage, so we're going to have to use magic on them to kill them. Unfortunately, until you get dual attacks, you can't use your magic attacks on more than one enemy at a time, which is just makes things take longer, but it's not that bad, I guess. I mean, you can kill these guys in one hit with your magic abilities. And there's 2 different paths you can go through here. One is a dead end that takes you to a treasure chest, which we'll go get, and the other is the path we need to go down to proceed. So I'm going to try to out rocket roll on these guys, see if that works. And it did, so that was pretty good, since we killed all 4 of them at one time. I guess it's considered a magical attack. Got an ether there, and the treasure chest. I couldn't remember if you could go down that way or not, so that's why I went over there for the water there. And I couldn't decide which direction I wanted to go first, either the left path or the right path. I couldn't remember which way you were supposed to go first. You don't have to go get the treasure chest, but might as well. You just have to fight these enemies here first before you get it. More palette swaps of the same type of enemy we've seen previously, roly-polies. I probably should have been using magic on them instead of doing physical attacks, but oh well. Magic, like I said, can only damage one at a time anyway, unless I'm using rocket roll, so It's not as, I mean, it is a little bit more effective, but not by much. And we gotta fight bats too, that were off the screen before we came in here. These are not like the bats in the cathedral, these are much stronger. And physical attacks don't work very well on them, so we're gonna have to use magic. Use laser spin with Robo, which is rocket roll without Chrono, basically. And it didn't do enough damage to kill them though. So we'll do it again. And ice with Marley. This is kind of a switch on Marley one-shotting enemies and Robo taking 2 turns to kill something. Usually it's the other way around. Alright, now we should be able to get the treasure chest up here. And that is a magic scarf, which is a accessory. That gives us +2 to our magic stat. I'm going to give that to Marley, since she's our main magic user in the group currently. Alright, now we can go to the left path, which proceeds with this cave. This part of the game I don't really like that much, because normally in Chrono Trigger you can see all the enemies that you're about to fight. In the Heckran Cave though, which is where we are, they just come out of nowhere. You just walk in an area and all of a sudden they disappear. Which goes against how Chrono Trigger is supposed to be, as far as enemies are concerned. But I mean, it's not that bad I guess, but it's still something to be aware of if you get used to seeing enemies in previous portions of the game. And you can't really avoid enemies either, because like I said, they just appear out of nowhere. In that case, the bats we weren't actually that close to them, we just walked into their vicinity and it triggered them. Whereas normally you can walk right by enemies and not trigger them. And we're doing okay here with Robo, even though technically he's not a magic user. Rocket Roll seems to be doing a good job. Couldn't remember if you can go south there or not. It looked like there was a doorway, but there's not. And there's another black treasure chest that we can't open yet. So we'll have to come back here eventually. And this is the water portion from the previous room we were in. I got a save point here, so we know we probably got a boss coming up. So we're going to use the shelter, get everybody's health and magic back up. And here's our boss for this area. And his name is Heckran, hence the name Heckran Cave. And you gotta use magic on him to kill him. So basically just spam magic attacks on him the whole time and you'll eventually win. But he will do a guard ability at various points in the battle where you don't want to attack him. Similar to the Mist Dragon from Final Fantasy IV. Because if you do, it will trigger a counterattack, a big wave thing that will do a lot of damage to every party member. The bubble that he did is not that bad. The cyclone thing is something you need to watch out for though. It just took out 2/3, 3/4 of Chrono's health there. And Chrono is one of our strongest party members. So this is definitely a battle where you need to make sure you heal on a regular basis. Let's see where he's crouching down there. That's when Heckran is doing his guard ability. And then he'll pop back up for a little bit and attack you some more, and you can cast your spells again. Yeah, and basically just rinse and repeat, and it takes a while because he's got quite a bit of health, but that's a pretty simple battle if you follow those rules of the fight. And don't try to attack when he's guarding. And make sure you heal up when necessary. Fortunately, he's not immune to any of our magic spells that we have, so that's a good thing. And in this case, since we brought Robo instead of Luca, we have two healers, because Robo can heal with Cure Beam and Marley can heal with Aura. So that will come in handy if we get low on health. Like now, Robo just got killed. You see that? He got Cyclone. Yeah, Cyclone, he got that hit done on him twice. And it did over 100 damage with each hit, I think. I was going to do Aura Whirl to heal everybody up, or Aura Beam, one or the other, but I didn't get a chance because Robo got killed. So I had to bring him back to life and then heal him up individually. Now we got Aura Beam. Sometimes you get bad luck like I did there. Robo got targeted twice with the Cyclone ability. He is picking on Robo quite a bit in this fight here. I think we're getting close to the end of the fight though, finally. Now I could probably make it go faster if we had spent time grinding, but who wants to do that? And you already see he did a charge melee attack, which hit a good chunk of damage as well. And now he's gonna pick on Chronos, almost Cyclone. And then immediately did that charge attack on Chronos, so he's close to being dead. Well, we gotta heal in time before he got killed. Now see, I don't get the counterattack thing, because sometimes it doesn't actually do anything. Like I just attacked him there when he was guarding, and he didn't bother to do the wave thing, so I'm not really sure how you trigger that, but I guess it's a good thing I didn't trigger it. And Marley got double targeted there with Cyclone, which if you're not careful will kill you very easily. Alright, there we go, we finally killed Heckran. Unlike most of the bosses in the game, he doesn't die right away. He wants to taunt you about Magus before he dies. So eventually we're going to have to go back to 680 and find Magus and defeat him. Now you can get out of here either one of two ways. You can go back the way you came, or you can go in the whirlpool like I did. This takes us to 1000 AD in the present, which is our time period. And that's all for this video. We'll explore 1000